years of running, has released a new server. This server, Cosmic Prisons, is somehow even more scummy, greedy, deceptive, and shady than the last, making $100,000 in just 2 months from selling alpha access to a server that already existed, deleting all players' previous ranks and purchases in the progress, forcing them to spend thousands of dollars on the same thing all over again. Full of Minecraft EULA and guidelines mechanics that are completely...
Bro, I don't get why people play these servers like this. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you, what's the point? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna go spend $3,000 on this Minecraft server to get nothing in return.
Unregulated, and in some cases are straight up recreations of casino type gambling such as slot machines, charging as high as $115 on a gambling crate, which we have hard evidence of being highly deceptive and completely rigged against players in the past, even going as far as to charge players $15 to $20 just for the chance to access kits with powerful items without a guarantee to even get the items they paid for.
I hate him so much. Oh crap, that hurts me. That hurts me a lot.
With players calling out the server for being a cash grab and mentioning how scammy it was that all their old progress and real money spent was just deleted, and even top donators of the server who have and are still currently spending thousands publicly talking about how paid to win and broken the server is and how they were abusing that fact. I can't believe I'm saying this, but somehow Preston Plays Minecraft server has gotten even more shady, illegal, and scummy, and Mojang isn't doing anything about it. But what actually...
Why would you want to tarnish your career by making, like, what, okay, first of all, why does he need more money? He already has, like, 30 million subscribers. He's already set for life. Why do you need more money just to exploit your young fans? That doesn't make any sense. Like, even if you wanted more money, could you do it in a better way that doesn't make you look like the worst person ever? Dude. There's like, what, why? Like, he this, like, there has to be, if you're really this desperate for money, there has to be a better way to make money, because this is not it. Not it at all.
Happened? Well, earlier this year, Cosmic announced that they would be reopening their once popular prison server, Cosmic Prisons, which shut down back in late 2023. But there was a catch. The server would be opening up in an alpha mode, and you would have to pay to access it. Nothing is free in the world of Cosmic PvP clearly, with alpha access for the server costing $30 minimum, with there also being an alpha plus version costing $60, which came with additional advantageous perks. Now, you might be thinking, surely people wouldn't be paying this much for alpha access to the relaunch of a Minecraft server that's almost identical to the one that previously existed, which they played a few years ago, right? Well, that's where you are wrong. In typical Cosmic fashion, you couldn't just buy access and then hop on and play. When the alpha launched, only 100 alpha slots were available, which were completely bought out in just 4 minutes. Then 20 minutes later, they opened up another 100 slots, which all sold out in under a single minute. They basically created a sense of artificial scarcity and rarity, where players who weren't fast enough to buy alpha access in the few minutes it was available might completely miss out. And what's even worse is that of the 100 slots, usually about half of them were only the more expensive Alpha Plus version, so if you weren't fast enough to get the cheaper $30 one, you had to buy the more expensive $60 one to get in. There was never really any warning or countdown to when these slots would go up for sale too. You just had to hope that you caught a surprise Discord announcement when you were online. Very scummy tactics indeed. We know that for the initial release, there were about 100 normal slots and 100 Alpha Plus slots, meaning the server made $9,000 in a combined 5 minutes from just launching the game mode's alpha. The entire alpha lasted about 2 months, which throughout, Cosmic continued doing these staggered and short-time alpha slots.
Are you a Roblox fanatic? Microsoft Rewards has a brand new way for you to earn digital gift cards from Roblox.
Just sign up for my
releases, constantly creating a...
All praise to Dan TDM. Dan TDM would never do this. Just doesn't make
sense
any
of scarcity
sense
to pressure players
at
into
all.
buying access, making sure that they knew if they didn't buy access right away, they might miss out for good. And by the time the alpha was done, as Nathan K, former moderator and once active player of Cosmic told me, based on the messages sent on the Discord when a new group of alpha slots were released, a total of about 2,180 alpha slots were publicly sold. Half of those were the normal alpha slots, adding up to $32,700 roughly, and the other half being the more expensive Alpha Plus, adding up to a total of $65,400. That means, all up, from releasing an alpha game mode with a limited paid access, in only 2 months, Cosmic made almost $100,000 US. $100,000 in 2 months, absolute insanity. Most Minecraft servers will never even make close to that from years of running. And the game mode hadn't even fully released yet, as upon full release of the server, where it would see over 1,400 players online at the same time, we could finally see how things were arguably even scummier. You can see in the comments of Mr. Woofles, the other owner of the server's launch stream, that players were calling the server a money grab and complaining that all their old ranks and progress had been voided. And this is another thing that is rather questionable. As we mentioned earlier, Cosmic Prisons wasn't a new game mode or server. It was actually the last game mode left on the original Cosmic PvP network back when it shut down in late 2023. The game mode had existed for years at that point, with players making lots of progress and obviously spending lots of money on ranks and other goods. Many of those players are the same ones who are playing the relaunched version today, yet upon the relaunch of the server, which, reminder, is basically the same with the exact same ownership and staff, all those players' ranks and goods they spent money on was not carried over, forcing players to spend close to $200 US for ranks again. There are claims that player data wasn't saved when the original Cosmic network shut down, and thus these old ranks and purchases aren't saved, but let's be real, why wouldn't they have saved this? They very likely do have the player data, they just want players to spend thousands of dollars rebuying everything again. People were understandably pretty pissed off, as not only had they just paid as high as $60 for a 2-month alpha of a game mode that already existed a few years prior and was basically identical, but now we're having to pay even more on top of that for ranks and other goods on the server that they once had and spent real money on a few years ago. Clearly it worked though, as they made $100,000 from the beta alone, and God knows how much more from the thousands, likely tens of thousands of unique players who logged in and spent more money buying new ranks again. Which is now where we can get into the fun part and take a look at the server's unethical and shady monetization, which rather unsurprisingly features a myriad of unregulated gambling mechanics that completely break Minecraft's guidelines. Ooh, but where should we start? $200 ranks, the $115 crate, the fact that their paid premium currency now gets reset every season, the loot boxes with guidelines breaking hidden odds. Oh, I know, let's start with my favorite mechanic, the in-game guidelines breaking straight up Minecraft slot machines. Which begs the question, are there any Minecraft servers which don't have such insanely unethical guidelines breaking pay-to-win gambling monetization? And there is, as of only about 12 hours ago, my server og-network.net released a new Civilizations SMP which has the classic Minecraft factions you all know and love. You can pick one of 3 civilizations, each with their own custom biomes and special perks, create factions or guilds together with your civilization to raid other players.
I don't know. What's the point?
Players' bases and destroy their cores, or participate in server-wide custom boss fights with bosses that will one-shot you, large-scale 5-kill, and you should factions touring multi-jobs, pick bot GUI to win some items. You can use up to 5 slot bot tickets here at the same time, meaning you can gamble up to $10 US at a time. And they don't even try to hide the fact that it's gambling and a straight-up recreation of a slot machine in Minecraft either. I mean, look at the way it rolls. This directly violates Minecraft's guidelines surrounding gambling, which, as we've covered before, don't disallow gambling mechanics like crates per se, but rather disallow gambling mechanics on servers which look and function like real-world gambling you would see in a casino. So a crate or loot box is fine despite it still being gambling, but a Minecraft roulette table, or in this case a slot machine, is not. But there is a second level of non-compliance here too. All the potential rewards you can win from the slot bot do not have any of the odds listed of winning them at all. As is required, all crates and other RNG mechanics on servers must display the items that can be won and the odds of winning them to be compliant. Cosmic's slot bot does not do this, meaning the more valuable goods likely have insanely low chances of dropping. In fact, they've even gone one step further, as most of the items items you win are RNG items with their own loot pools, also with no odds listed. So for example, you could roll the slot bot, win a mystery contraband item, which you then open to get one of these 6 contraband rarities, also with no odds listed. It's just gambling inception at this point. Another thing you can win from the slot bot is the server's loot boxes. The loot boxes cost 24,000 cosmic coins, about $15 US, and upon opening them, you get 4 random items from this pool of items, and then you could potentially hit the jackpot and receive these items here too. Here's the thing though, the odds of winning each item from the loot pool are not listed, meaning the better items likely have a much lower chance of dropping. Oh, and would you look at that, once again, a good chunk of the potential.
I bet it's like all the like super common stuff that nobody wants. It's like, I don't know, 60%, and then like 39%, and then everything else is like a 0.000001%. And to get the jackpot, it's probably impossible. They probably just put it there. I don't think anybody's ever got that.
Items you can win are randomized items with their own non-guidelines compliant loot pools too. So get this, you could buy slot bot tickets, win a loot box, open the loot box, win a bunch of other random items which you must open up to actually finally get your items. 4 layers of gambling deep now. Furthermore, you aren't even guaranteed to get any of the items from the jackpot item loot pool down the bottom here, with the odds of hitting one of these once again not being listed as they're required to be, so they are likely absurdly low. Let's talk about the most expensive gambling mechanic in the entire server store now though, and it's something new that's only been added more recently too, cosmic crates. These cost 240,000 cosmic coins or $115 US. Jesus.
$115? That's crazy. Like that's insane. Like this is like, do normal people buy this? This is like only something like a YouTuber would buy just for like content and clicks. Who would buy this? Like 104, like that can get you a lot. That's like I don't know. Whatever. It's still a good amount of money. I mean, you just don't go. More than I have. I couldn't even buy that if I wanted to.
Expensive for a crate, and work a bit differently than a typical crate does. Besides the items in the bonus loot pool, you get everything listed here guaranteed. Sounds pretty good, right? No RNG. Well, not quite. You see, the RNG in gambling is applied in a bit of a different way, where you instead get a random number of each item. So for example, you could get anywhere from 15 to 20 absorbers, 1 to 3 energy boosters, 1 to 5 inmate rations, and so on. Once again, this is not compliant with Minecraft's guidelines because the odds of getting each amount of each item are not listed at all. And what's funny is we do actually have somewhat of an idea of how rigged these are. You see, back in 2023, when the original Cosmic servers, including the original Cosmic Prisons game, was shut down, one of the server staff decided to share the odds and weights of the cosmic crates and loot boxes in a stream. Right here we are looking at the full breakdown of one of the cosmic crates they had, which is very similar to the one they have now. Let's take a look at some of the ratios. The chances of getting 2 to 5 slot bot tickets were as follows: 70% chance of getting 2, 15% chance of getting 3, 10% chance of getting 4, and 5% chance of getting 5. The odds of getting 1 to 2 mystery heroic slot bot tickets, as well as another item here, were both 90% for 1 and 10% for 2.
10%?
And this is basically what you'll see with all these odds. The lowest amounts are so heavily weighted compared to the higher amounts, is significantly rigged against the player. Oh, and side note, once again, a good chunk of the rewards from this crate are other RNG items with their own non-compliant loot pools. Classic. And as mentioned, despite having these odds clearly written down and organized in a spreadsheet, for some odd reason, they refuse to properly list them on the $115 crate as is required by Mojang's guidelines, which just seems beyond intentionally scummy at this point. But it gets even worse. You can see that the cosmic crates also have bonus loot here at the bottom. Unlike the rest of the contents of the cosmic crates, you aren't guaranteed to get any of these items at all, and will only get one of them. These are generally all the better items, unsurprisingly, and if we go back to that spreadsheet, you'll see the best items such as the other cosmic crates have odds as low as 0.5% chance to drop, whereas the worst items as high as a 35% chance. And once again, the odds for getting each of the bonus items are not listed as is required. The bonus bonus loot is somehow even more rigged against the player. The way this entire $115 Cosmic Crate is sold makes it seem like you have a random or at least equal chance to get any amount of each item, and a random equal chance to get any item from the bonus loot pool. But in reality, it's heavily rigged against the player and extremely deceptive. $115 for a crate is beyond being insanely expensive. I don't think I've ever seen such an expensive RNG mechanic on a server before, let alone one as blatantly deceptive. I wouldn't be surprised if the loot box and slot bot odds are even more rigged against the player too. Here's another interesting
Minecraft, like, I'm just thinking about this. Minecraft, like YouTube, Minecraft content creators, not all of them, of course. There's like still like some good ones. But like there's like I don't get like why, but like Minecraft creators are just like the most problematic. Because I've seen a lot of predators that are Minecraft YouTubers. You know, this guy Preston Plays that is making the like scamming little kids pretty much. I don't know. I think there's probably been some racist in there. Man. I don't know, but I mean, oh yeah, alcoholics, no shame to popular MMOs. I know he's getting better, but I mean, there's still been some good ones, of course, but like, is it like a curse, or like, did like some of them sell their souls for fame and they had like a 50-50 whether they were gonna turn out to be a good guy or turn out to just be terrible? It doesn't make any sense.
mechanic which is also not compliant with Minecraft's guidelines. The server sells 3 G kits or God kits costing $25,000, $30,000 and $35,000 each, about $15 to $20 US. And for reference, G kits are just kits containing useful items that players can use on cooldown, similar to basically every other Minecraft server in existence. But here's the thing, when you buy the G kit you don't get the actual kit and permanent access to it as you do on most servers. You get a G kit flare. You then have to place this flare down in a war zone where PvP is enabled and have to claim it by breaking a block. When claimed, you don't get the entire kit permanently as you normally do on other servers, but instead will get the items from the kit as a once-off. However, there's a catch. Each time you mine and thus claim a G kit, there is a chance that you will actually unlock the kit permanently. But the odds of unlocking the kit permanently are once again not displayed anywhere as they need to be, and we have no idea how rare it is despite what it says here. And things get even worse. Because you have to place the kit flare in the war zone, other players can come mine it and steal it, or kill you and take everything. Here in an old video from Cosmic Prisons before—
That's actually, dude, that's terrible. So just imagine paying $25 for something, and then you can't even have it because there's just 2 people camping, get in and they just like take and steal it from you. Why do people buy this? Who buys this?
it initially shut down. Watch how a player uses 2 G kit flares, gets some items, but then another player steals the other one, unlocking the kit permanently.
I don't see any like name tags or anything. That's a good sign. I'm a little worried. We're gonna mine this as fast as we can.
You know what makes a 3-hour editing sessions even better? Not having to close.
What?
It just felt like no matter how hard I...
Why was the last ad? Who made that last ad? They just like cut it off. That's so dumb.
There's a person. I swear, if he gets this, I hate him so much. That hurts me.
Crazy.
That hurts me a
He
lot.
didn't even pay for that either.
Ow. I don't have anything to say. I don't even want to do the rest of these G kit flares.
At least he claimed one of his G kits, as in another old video when he did similar, he was killed, lost everything, and had his G kit stolen.
The G kit flares. Oh crap. No, that's my pickaxe. That's my pickaxe.
Honestly,
Pick that up. Okay.
this guy deserves it. Because why would you buy a $25 thing that you're not even 100% sure that you would get? That is like, I mean, you did it to yourself. Don't. I mean, I guess it's like better. I don't know. Is it better than gambling? Like, I don't know. I guess it's technically not gambling to having to defend your own kit, but like it's still kind of gambling. That's just such a shitty move.
Of course, gonna get attacked. Well, you know, looks like we're not doing RG players right now. Oh my god.
Top players regularly target people placing G-Kit flares to steal them. Imagine spending $15 to $20 to not even unlock a kit permanently and having to gamble with the hidden chance of getting it permanently, but then also having to risk being killed by other players and having everything stolen. Basically spending $15 to $20 for potentially 0 items and a stressful experience. Wild. To get an idea of how much money players are spending on the server, we can take a look at the gift top, a leaderboard of the top 10 players who have gifted the most cosmic coins to other players. This is a new mechanic that has only been added to Cosmic Prison somewhat recently, where players can donate or spend money on cosmic coins, but instead of buying them for themselves, they buy or gift them to another player. The way it works is that you get gift points for everything you gift. So for example, gifting 100,000 cosmic coins to a specific player gives you 100,000 gift points. The top 10 gifters on the server receive special advantageous in-game buffs and perks, even more so if you are the top 3. For example, the top gifter gets sell bonuses, no taxes, and a special loot box every week. Currently, the top gifter has 7.6 million gift points, meaning they've spent about $3,467 US. Now you might be thinking, isn't that very generous of this player, right? Well, not exactly. You see, a big problem with this gifting system, as many players complain about in the server's Discord, is that since it gives the top gifters a bunch of advantages, all players do is gift their ults or friends, essentially just buying the items themselves on different accounts. The third highest ranked gifter, who has spent about $1,700 US, straight up admitted as such in the server's Discord too. Essentially, the way Cosmic has introduced this gifting system only acts as an additional measure that makes the server even more pay to win, as now players want to gift extreme amounts so they get advantageous perks. The top 10 gifters combined all up have spent over $13,000 US on gifts, and that's obviously excluding all the rest of the gifters below the top 10 we can't see. And you might be thinking, that's not even that much all things considered, right? The server did just make 100k in 2 months after all. But here's the other thing. The gift leaderboard resets every season or every 2 months roughly, and currently this season isn't even halfway through yet, with all these players having spent thousands of dollars on a season that's only a bit over 3 weeks old. If we extrapolate.
So this guy spent $3,000 in 3 weeks? That's in pretty much a month, I would say. That's crazy. Why? I don't understand. $3,000 just so you can get a little bit of an advantage. Like, what are these guys' jobs? Like, they obviously have to have a job, because how are they affording this? But, like, what is the job that you can just spend $3,000 on Minecraft and still, like, be able to live? It just doesn't make any sense.
To this gift spending to an entire 2-month season, that means that the top 10 gifters combined would spend about $25,000 to $30,000 in 2 months roughly. And then they will likely do it all over again after that, spending thousands of dollars next season too. $25,000 to $30,000 in 2 months from only 10 of the server's players is pretty damn ludicrous, especially when you remember that we aren't even factoring all the money in that they spend on themselves normally. Then you of course have to add in all the other players spending money, and suddenly you start to see how 100k from a 2-month beta map doesn't sound as absurd anymore. Finally, today we have the bread and butter for Cosmic Prisons, and that is their server's IRL trading market and ecosystem. IRL, or real money trading, is where players buy and sell in-game items, money, and other goods for real money, usually through PayPal or crypto. This is sort of not allowed according to Minecraft's guidelines, which state that in-game currencies aren't allowed to have real-world value, and also aren't allowed to be cashed out or converted into a real-world currency. But since the players are the ones assigning these items and in-game money real-world value themselves, technically it's not against the rules, provided provided these server owners don't explicitly allow it or give these currencies their real-world value. If players IRL trade behind the scenes, there's nothing these server owners can do after all. But to discourage that, most Minecraft servers won't allow IRL trading and have rules against it, banning players caught IRL trading or trying to IRL trade in the server's in-game chat or official Discord. But Cosmic Prisons does not. You see, in the server's rules, they mention that IRL scamming is bannable, also mentioning that IRL trading is
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards.
not supported. The keyword there, however, is supported, as while they won't help you IRL trade or provide in-game means and a platform to do so, they also won't ban you for IRL trading either, as basically all other servers do. As such, you can see people regularly messaging in chat, looking to do IRL deals, going completely unpunished. If IRL trading isn't supported, shouldn't these common phrases used to do IRL trades be filtered out with a chat filter, or players publicly IRL trading being banned for doing so, as they are on other servers? Clearly not, as there are very large third-party Discord servers such as this one here, where IRL trading regularly takes place on Cosmic Prisons. You can see dozens of listings from players buying and selling items and other goods for real money. Now honestly, I personally don't have an issue with IRL trading, and I'd rather it takes place in a proper Discord server where scammers can be banned than behind closed doors where they can go unpunished. But the key issue with the IRL trading that takes place on Cosmic Prison specifically is the gambling. Since many of the valuable items people buy and sell for real money are loot boxes or other rare items obtained from gambling, technically players are therefore gambling with real money. The best example of this is with in-game money. One of the most commonly IRL traded goods is in-game money. So for example, what's stopping a player buying 100 million in-game dollars for 20 real-world dollars, then taking that 100 million and coin flipping it in a game against another player, then selling the 200 million for $40 right after if they win, or losing it all? Or that same player buying slot bot tickets from another with the in-game money they just bought and then using it to gamble. Players are effectively gambling the $20 through a proxy, that being in-game money here, which they can then go instantly cash out right after. This is real-world money gambling, and many players do in fact try to do this to make actual cash. And the server's owners are more than aware this happens. They have staff in these IRL trading discords after all, but they clearly don't care and pretend not to support IRL trading while clearly allowing these third-party places to exist and players to IRL trade in-game. With the server's economy and items being so rooted in multi-layered gambling, simple IRL trading turns into real money gambling very quickly, which I don't think needs its harms described. If you think about it, there's really not much difference from going to a casino and placing a $20 bet on red than there is from buying $20 of in-game currency on Cosmic Prisons and coin flipping it in-game, now is there? But I think you get the point. Somehow, Preston Play's new server Cosmic Prisons has outdone his other Cosmic Sky, and honestly it seems like the server is only continuing to add new and more harmful guidelines-breaking monetization and mechanics, since clearly Mojang, despite everything here being so blatantly rule-breaking, won't stop them. Make sure to check out my new Civilization Factions SMP, which has just launched. We are trying to bring back old-school factions. It has
Who made this video? The Mr. Epic. I'm subscribing to this guy. This is such a cool video. I mean, I guess moral of the story, I don't know. Don't play a Minecraft server that you need to buy everything for. And if you... Because the reason these exist is because people are going to buy. If nobody buys, they wouldn't exist. So, I don't know. Just, don't join these kinds of servers, and I hope they all shut down. Okay,